Who do you want to be? A winner or a loser in the PT exam? All it needs to conquer this exam is just a fresh perspective, a view. Meet Tejas, who recently cracked a 90 score in the PT exam very recently. When he started his preparation, he was just getting 60s, especially in the difficult modules. But even after the exam changes, he continued, he changed his perspective, he changed his views, adapted to the new techniques and was still able to crack a perfect 90 score. So with your humble like and subscribe, let's watch this video right till the end to understand and view what his perspectives were. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PT. I hope you all are doing wonderful. It's already been many days since the major changes for the PT academic exam happened, but still there are two types of students. Type 1 are the students who are not ready to agree that the old techniques don't work, whereas on the other hand, the type 2 students are ready to embrace the changes and have adapted to the new techniques. And who said there are still no tricks in the PT exam? There are still many tricks that we can use in the PT exam, but in a new way. And if you want to join the live classes that we provide, PT training, complete PT training like Tejas, then you can WhatsApp us or Telegram us, and we will provide you unlimited classes with app access. Every single thing will be provided to you, all the resources that you can get on the internet. And at the same time, if you have already invested money and studying from somewhere else and then you just need some boosters, then you can explore our two types of memberships that we offer on our YouTube channel, which is Priority, that will give you the most repeated questions for both academic and core, and VIP not only give you the most repeated questions but the vocabulary list for the reading, the spelling list for the listening and writing, the grammar ebook, exclusive access to videos, templates and whatnot. So all the links are given in the description. Just hit subscribe and sit tight to explore what is required from you. So the number one thing that is required from you is that a fresh mind. You have to change your perspective and understand that, okay, that the exam has changed. Don't be ziddi. Don't get stuck to the old techniques. Somehow I need to manage to work out the old techniques and clear the exam. That is not going to happen, my friend. Let's just talk about the expanded scoring framework that the Pearson exam has put forward. So earlier, when you were taking the exams, the templates which were having keywords were working fine, and just the language metrics were tested. So basically, you were able to use, firstly, the speaker was saying something, keyword, then the speaker was also saying something, keyword. All those kind of pre-memorized sentences you were also able to use. Fluency was there, but content was not looked at. Okay, content was not looked at in much detail. That's what I'm trying to say. So the exam changes or the expanded scoring framework now focuses on the quality of the ideas that you have written down, especially for writing and speaking, and how you have developed your response, or development and coherence. How you have connected your ideas, is it smooth or not? So whatever has happened is happened, okay? We can't change that, the exam changes. But what we can change is, we do have the power to change ourselves, adapt to the new techniques. It's not a very difficult exam, it is still an English exam. Next thing that they also want to focus is on your relevance. So when you are speaking about something or writing about something, are you speaking or writing relevant things related to it or not? Originality and organization. Originality is what we are talking about, the restriction of the templates, the pre-memorized sentences and all those things. And are you able to deliver ideas appropriate to the prompt? Now, prompt can be anything from speaking questions to the writing questions. So prompt is basically the question that is being asked from you. So if the question is about an image that shows bar graph and you just say image is very informative, I have to speak about it for 40 seconds. I can see maximum and minimum and I can see blue, green and yellow. This is not something that is original, first of all, and you are not delivering the ideas appropriately. So that will not meet these patterns, quality of ideas, development, or the structure you may meet, but the relevance will be gone down. Originality will go down. And delivering of ideas appropriate to the prompt definitely will go down. So these are the things that have happened. I will explore you more. This is something that every student has to change now. Not just the one scoring 90s, every student. Now, extended section workload. This is also, they have made some changes to the exam. Let's talk about it. It's not very difficult. Speaking module has been made a little bit lengthy, and it is tiring. So the main changes revolve around speaking, reading and writing. So kya easy hua hai, kya challenging hua hai, we will come to know from this. So there are two new questions, as you can see here, that are added to the speaking module, respond to situation and to summarize group discussions. Definitely the exam was a lot easier before this, but the speaking part was still, problematic for many accents. So that part has been cut down. So basically the difficulty level of speaking has come down, even if it has become more tiring. So isn't that a good news? Why can't we use it as a weapon? Why can't we speak just relevant things? Even though it is lengthy and tiring, I know. But if we speak relevant things and we stick to the way the exam is asking us to, then definitely you can. Describe image has become more important. Earlier it was 3 to 4 questions only. Now it is 5 to 6 questions that you get. And almost 31% of the exam of the speaking scores are coming from it. So I'll tell you what the focus has changed as well. Now reading section has also become a little challenging. So first of all, it has been completely cut off from speaking. So now what they have decided is whatever marks you are getting for one particular module, those questions from those modules are able to boost your scores. So in speaking, they have done that, right? And reading as well, no connection now to speaking as well. So the read aloud question, which used to contribute a lot to your reading scores, now does not contribute anything. Where does the mark come from? We'll talk about it. One slide is dedicated entirely to the changes in the reading module, how you can still get 90. But first understand that now you have a little bit lesser time in the exam for the reading module, around 23 to 24 minutes in reading, and you have to get the most of the marks for your reading from your reading questions. Some questions from other modules also contribute to your reading, but we cannot be dependent on those questions. We can rely on them to boost it a little bit, but we can't be dependent on them. Same thing happened with writing. It has been cut off from reading. So reading, writing, fill in the blanks supports 0 score to writing now, and partial cutoff from listening as well. So earlier listening fill in the blanks used to contribute to your writing scores, but now it does not. So what has become important? Essay writing has been prioritized. So basically, if you're not writing a good essay, then your writing scores will never go up. So this is exactly the need of the hour. And how is it difficult than IELTS exam? In IELTS exam, you were always expected to write an original essay, and still people who are not able to get an 8 band over here still can't get an 8 band in IELTS exam as well. That is the truth. Because IELTS exam, writing part has always been checked by human evaluators. Whereas in the PT exam, even now, if you follow all the techniques and if it is cleared by the AI, it may not go for a human review. If you have followed everything dot to dot. And even if the human reviewer checks your response, if you have followed everything, there's no penalty on your scores. So change your approach, understand the exam well, where your scores are coming from. Now, the new PT version is not the old PT plus 2 new questions that have been added to the speaking. I think that's pretty much clear for most of you. So as I told you, the main focus of each of the sections where you want to get more scores, like for reading, you have to be dependent on the reading fill in the blanks questions as well as reorder paragraph to boost your scores. Now there are other modules, as I said, summarize written text also contributes to your reading, highlight incorrect words also contributes to your reading scores, but we can't be dependent on it. Again, majority of your scores, if you want to boost your essays or your writing scores, has to come from essays. Essays and summarize written text alone will contribute around 60% of the marks that you are getting. And listening still supports your writing part. So that's undeniable. Around 40% of your marks are still coming from your listening. Describe image has become the single most top contributor in the speaking module. And of course, listening is a very important part of the exam. So listening is required in speaking questions as well. Retell lecture, summarize group discussion, and repeat sentence. You have to sharpen your listening skills. Listening is the only module that is still connected well to the other types of modules or other types of sections and can help you enhance your score. So listening, master the listening every single way. Master your listening skills so that you are very sharp. Note taking. Don't mess up with the listening part. It can help you to boost your overall exam. And listening fill in the blanks now, again, now it only contributes to your listening scores, but still 4 modules from the listening: summarize spoken text, listening fill in the blanks, highlight incorrect words, and write from dictation are still the majority of the contributors or the major contributors to your listening scores. So core tasks for each of the module you identify and you target them. So convert these weaknesses to your strength and then it will be taken care of. Now let's look at the reading module in detail. What is happening with the reading module? Greater stress has been made on reading. Of course, we know time is a pressure now, of course. So what can we do to beat the time, to still do the questions within the stipulated or the given amount of time? is we improve our reading speed. Reading speed is not just browsing or just going through the words. We need to understand as well. We need to comprehend. That is what is called as reading speed. And what sometimes happens to the students is while you are reading, you don't understand the vocabulary or you don't know the collocations. Like the word options that are given to you, waterborne, you don't know the meaning. If you don't know the meaning of those words, then how will you attempt the question? How will you identify where the word is going to fit? And the other major contributor that can boost your reading scores has always been grammar. So we as an educator, we as a free knowledge source on the YouTube, we always stress on you guys to improve your vocabulary, improve your grammar. So that's why you see we do have dedicated playlist for the grammar, for the vocabulary, as well as there are several tricks that we have been sharing on YouTube to boost up your reading scores and your reading skills. Reading every day is one of them. A very old technique, still works. So you have to read continuously every single day as much as you can, improve your vocabulary, improve your comprehension. So I'm not saying reading speed is just we still need to understand what is being discussed. Okay, so I'll show you some example. One particular example, this is the exam question that I've picked up from the prediction file, and you can also get access to prediction file. If you are our live class student, you will have access to all of them, or you can get it through the YouTube priority or VIP membership plans. Of course, if you want to get everything, vocabulary, grammar, collocation, everything, then VIP plan is the best for you. Otherwise, prediction questions can also help you. So what do we see here? First technique that we have to improve is the collocation. If you already know a collocation, straight away go for it. So rule number one, step number one is always try to find out collocations. Of course, understand the context as well. If you have a dash disease such as heart disease, diabetes, asthma, or back or joint pain, exercise can have important health dash. So what is going to be the answers? A dash disease. See, I can break it down in grammar as well, but if I already know a collocation, so what is grammar telling me? An adjective is required because disease is a noun, and then you see an article, and articles are always used with nouns, and what can come before a noun is an adjective. So I'm looking for an adjective straight away, and I'm not looking at the other words. So drawbacks, it's noun. Benefits, again noun. Benefit, again noun. Advised, verb, advice, again in the verb form or noun form. So what are we looking at? Adjective. And the only adjective that makes sense here is chronic disease. And this is a very common collocation. If you know the collocation, straight away go for chronic disease, long-term disease, right? And then can have important health dash. Again, another collocation. If you know the collocation, straight away choose benefits, health benefits. Okay, not health drawbacks, health benefits. So that becomes the second answer. If you still want to crack it using grammar, that may take a little bit more time, but collocations is always stronger. And where will you find the collocations? In the vocabulary list that we publish from the last couple of months, as well as the exam questions that are coming in this particular month. We extract all the reading words that are getting repeated in the exam, as well as there in the current month's question. We analyze and give those to you, all the words that you will see in the exam questions in this month, even in the previous months. The collocations are there, which kind of prepositions they are used with. See, word partnerships, how the words are used with different prepositions. So I can't say pay attention for something. I have to say pay attention to something. That is the rules. That is the collocation or word partnerships that I am talking about. So that is very important to develop. Now, if you see over here, health is kind of acting important health dash. Can have something. You need a noun here. And we always see over here important health, talking about adjectives, used as adjectives. So we need noun, and have is always used with plural nouns. So either we can go for drawbacks or benefits. So grammar is still able to help you. All you need to do is figure out which technique helps you better. So easy questions, go for the collocations if you know straight away. So second answer we have already found. However, it is important to talk to your doctor before starting an exercise routine. He or she might have dash on what exercises are safe and any precautions you might need to take while exercising. So he or she might have what? Have what? She might have something. So what are we talking about? We are talking about advices and advice on something. So someone advise on something, have advice on. Over here, advised with an S. There is a slight difference between advice with an S, advice with a C. Advice with a C is noun, advice with an S is a verb. Advising something, advising someone, then that becomes a verb, whereas I'm giving you an advice. I have an advice for you, or I have advice for you, or she may advise on. So that is the word or the word partnership that we were looking for. And she might have advice on what exercises are safe and any precautions. So this is talking about the noun that we have to use, and that becomes the third answer. So that is the focus of the reading at the moment, the need of the hour. We have to beat the time pressure by building our reading speed, quickly understanding what the questions are. If we find the collocations, or take help of grammar. Of course, grammar is a very, very strong technique in the reading fill in the blanks questions, the question we have been sharing about. Now, the next thing that we need to understand now, and it is not different than any other English exam. So, human element was always there in the other English exam like IELTS. Now, it is also part of the PT exam. So, what's different about it? Still, people are able to get a 90 score just because they have understood that the exam has changed, not sticking with the easy or trying to trick the AI anymore. AI has grown very strong now. So, they have stronger AI detection, template detection techniques. So, any technique, I will show you a couple of templates as well. Topic based template, keyword based template, predictable memorized phrases based templates. If you still want to use that, someone on the internet may share those kind of templates and promise you, yeah, version 3.7 or 5.8 is working now, and you believe that, you go to the exam and you get what? 30 score, similar to what this lady over here got. She believed someone and she was furious at that tutor. Of course, we do not recommend such templates. I'll show you which kind of templates I'm talking about. Now we have to adjust our writing, especially writing something that is not too much formula based. Okay, too formulaic is not something that is required here. Clearly template based, if they can identify any kind of template, then straight away human review, straight away penalty. So we have to avoid that. Many people are trying to write their own version of templates, which is what also we recommend. So take the structure of our template and modify the wordings to develop your own, and then add more context related phrases into it, so that the template part, whatever you have written or whatever you have come up with, the content part that you have added becomes a lot more than that. Okay, we have to maintain a balance. If you don't do that, there is a high risk of being flagged by the AI, and then you will get penalty, may end up in scores like this. Many students have seen that. So all we need to do is write or speak authentic responses which are context appropriate content. So if the question is about AI being able to use for translation, then don't talk about ChatGPT, writing programs, making videos with the AI. The question was about translation. So if you divert away from the context, then again you're losing points on that. So always have a fresh perspective, embrace the changes. This is the exam now, it's not going to change. No silly tricks are working. Let me show you the templates which I was talking about. Okay, so this kind of template where you only see topics, topic, one keyword or phrase, please do not use any of these templates. If you do that, do not come back and ask us for help, because we already told you that this kind of template will not work. Same way, you see what is the problem with this template? Many pre-memorized sentences, ready-made sentences, and it's just asking you to repeat the topic. Same thing with this template. And all of these templates I was able to find on internet and YouTube, believe me. So you can become a victim of it as well. Do not use these kind of templates where you see topic, or just keyword. Even this one, okay, too wordy, asking you to write words, chunk, whatever chunk is, you don't understand whatever chunk is, just collection of keywords. That's what people have been doing. And even though this template or this institute promised the student that she will get perfect score, all she got was this score. So you cannot depend on this kind of template. As soon as AI detects there is a template or too much of the content is not related to context, it will 100% going to flag you for the human evaluation. And then when he checks that, the human checks that, he will see what you have done and completely give you a very, very low scores. So don't try that. You are just paying a lot of money to Pearson. They are happy to do that for you to take multiple attempts, but you are not the one who, you are the victim if you completely keep on doing this. So mindset shift is definitely required over here. What we need to do is practice contextual reading daily. Okay, academic articles, news analysis, or you can say sciencedaily.com, bbc.com. Go for editorials which are good quality writing. Read a lot. Any novels can also help you. Many of our 90 scorer students in the past, some of them used to do this, what I'm telling you. Some of them used to read books that interest them or novels, but they kept on reading. All of them who scored 90s had a reading habit. Absolutely. And then you have to, second thing you have to focus on is building your phrase writing ability. So whenever you are writing, do not stick to the phrases. There is simple techniques that we have shared. How you can use the Lego blocks, subject, verb, object, SVO concept to expand and make sentences as big as 20 words. Believe me, that's possible. We have been training our life students to use the same technique, and it's a perfect one. If you want, you can join us for a trial class and then you will find out how those techniques work. But of course, only one class is not going to help you. We cover a lot more things, grammar in detail, what those systems are, how you understand how to build the phrases. But it's very important. Once you build the phrase writing ability, there is no one who is going to stop you. All you need to do is just connect your ideas properly. So this will help you to avoid any kind of grammar mistakes, which is the major factor in getting low scores, as well as spelling mistakes. So whenever you are doing some tests, especially for the reading module, time it within 23-24 minutes. Even any of the platform that you are taking the test on, it is showing you 30 minutes, but try to stop the test within 25 minutes. That is what is real exam scenario. And analyze every single answer that you got wrong. Why? Because it's important to understand the reason, whether it was collocation, whether it was vocabulary or grammar, what went wrong. You have to analyze that, and that will help you to, because you are going to see similar questions. When you start doing more and more questions, going into detail, you will see similar questions, and your previous knowledge, what you have learned from your mistakes, are going to help you. And one more thing, but very, very important thing is, please avoid, any videos or any templates that are promising you overnight improvement. Instantly, we can improve you. You can solve the questions in so and so ways, or promising you wordy templates or tricks. Please avoid those kind of videos or avoid those kind of knowledge sources. I know search engine is not something in my hands, but at least you have your mind, you have your conscience. Analyze that, understand that, evaluate several different content creators, and then go for the ones who are teaching you the best techniques that can help you to succeed. So once again, I just want to re-emphasize that understand and accept the changes and just prepare for it according to the new strategy, new techniques, and I'm pretty sure that you are going to blast the exam. Okay. If you need live classes, do WhatsApp us or Telegram us. Me and my team are able to help you with unlimited classes as well as app access, which will provide all resources. Whereas if you have already invested money in some other institute, do not have that much funds, then you can explore the priority and VIP membership. That can also give you a boost. In priority, you get the repeated questions. In VIP, you get the repeated questions, vocabulary, spelling, grammar, templates, exclusive access to videos, many things are covered in that. So all the links are there in the description. Do explore that. And don't forget to watch the video that we recently shared about PT repeat sentence. Even if you have no memory, no problem at all. Watch that video and keep watching other videos from the Edutrainex channel. And I'll soon be back with another super informative video on PT topics. See you soon.